What up, Doe? Is your boy Mr. CEO back in the building? Y'all know what it is, man. With your boy Jay. Welcome to Beats, Rhymes, and Parlays, where the stats here different and every parlay got a beat behind it. What up, though, bro?
What's good, man? I had to get back in. I had to leave the country for a minute. I'm back, ready to go. While I was gone, my Ohio State, they let me down, bro. I was in paradise watching them dudes lose. But it's all good because guess what?
What?
We don't retool, we reload.
For sure, for sure. I know you said you was on the boat arguing with somebody during the Ohio State game. How'd that go, man?
Crazy, man. It was this dude, man. The whole boat was kind of like SEC people and shit like that. But it was one dude who came down there dressed in Miami from head to toe, had the whole hurricane gear.
Okay.
Slick back, kind of like Scarface. You know how they wear their hair slick back. And he was really rocking with Miami. And Miami jumped up quick, but being an Ohio State fan, there was another cat that was a real Ohio State fan, some Big Ten people. Everybody thought Ohio State was gonna come back.
Mm-hmm.
We was just talking down on him, bro. And then there was a couple other fans in there that wanted to see Miami beat. Really getting down on him. So it was bad because when they won, he let me have him and his wife let me have him.
That's how it be. That's how it be, man.
But the thing he said that tripped me out was he said, man, he was like, because I was like, good one. He's like, nah, because at the beginning of the game, if I'd have said bet $500, you'd have bet $500. And I was like, I sure would have. You know what I'm saying? That's your fault. You could have. I'd have put it up like right here for you to grab because I in my head there was no chance of them losing. Dude. So I was like, yeah, that's your bad right there, bro, because you could have had it. It would have been right there at the table in the casino.
So, yeah, man, that's his fault on that, man. He can't cry over spilled milk, man. And he messed up and he was mad afterward. But what's crazy is the reason he ain't bet 500 because he didn't believe Miami was gonna win.
Like that, bro. He didn't. He was cheering for him and he got hyped. I could tell by the way he was cheering, he was just taking advantage of them being up. Now when they went up pick six, he still was uneasy. And the thing that kind of pushed him over was when Ohio State missed that field goal right before half. That really hurt. Get that. It's 14-3. They get these two scores. Boom. It's a close game going down the stretch. You know what I mean? I can live with that, bro. If a tie game going down the stretch, Ohio State, Miami, I'm good. But instead, a couple missed kicks, that interception. Now I'm watching Michael Irvin put his belt on a fucking water cooler. It's out of control. So.
All right, man, we about to jump over to the best bet win section. All you see is wins down there, man. No, we got some losses, but real talk, man, my best bet did win last week. That's why I got the champ chain on. I know it's blinking in y'all eyes. I'm gonna put it down. I know it's blinking in y'all eyes. I know it's hurt. Everyone, what do you call it? Bling bling. Everywhere we go is bling bling. But no, Oregon, man, that was easy. That was actually a sweat the first half because it was 3-0. I'm like, man, Oregon, you can't score. But when Oregon had the ball 5 times and went for like 5 fourth downs, I'm just like, this is gonna be an easy one. So that ended up being easy. Our solo bets did good. Well, average. We went 1-1. Ohio State lost, but we did give y'all the no sweat Indiana win. Now that was a no sweat from the beginning. They jumped up on them and just stayed on them. Other than that, we still 4-3 with the champ chain. We might have some today. We might not. We'll see. Best 6-9 now got that win, and we still got 15 plays for the season, man. 15 plays for the season. That's legit. Yeah, that's legit, man. I promise we can go through a whole bunch of shows that don't even got 15 solo wins for the damn season, man. So yeah, man, we've been on fire this year. It's been a great year. It's sad it's only coming down. We only got 2 more games, bro, man. It's coming down to the end. We're gonna try to end this one out right for y'all. Let's jump over to the first game. Miami, a 3.5-point favorite versus Ole Miss. Over under 51.5. What you got on this one, Jay?
And I'm going Miami, and part of it is because it'll make the sting of that loss feel better if we lost to the best, which I don't think we did. But I like what Miami does, man. One thing you can't take away from Miami is that defensive line, bro. And that's what makes this game very interesting because the thing is, can they contain Trinidad? Because that boy is a playmaker. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's mind-boggling to me that this man was at Ferris State out here running around like that against the elite D1. You know what I mean? But I like Miami because I think that D-line is going to get after him, and he's going to have to make plays. Like he showed he can make plays. That's Georgia. But in my personal opinion, I think Miami has the best or the second best defensive line in the country, and the team that has the other best defensive line we'll be talking about in the next game. So I think they can make it tough. And the other key for Miami is just let Carson Beck manage the game. That's he didn't have to be great. He just didn't have to make a mistake. They got a nice lead for him. Just let him dink and dunk his way down the field. You get some points, maybe get a field goal. Long as it doesn't end up in a situation where he has to win the game, Miami's in good shape. Ole Miss, you see all this coming out, man. Like, they're playing well with the coach gone. The coach is trying to secretly recruit these players. They say, "Nah, we staying at Ole Miss," telling him to kick rocks, and you see he getting paid, and they kind of feel the way about it. Some of the coaches on the staff is getting paid to go to LSU. It's kind of a mess, and the best way for a team to get defeated, and I firmly believe this, is to be distracted. Now, again, depending on the maturity of these players, they could use this as a situation to bond and come together and just be like, we gonna show the world and play their best game. But I just think Miami's too much, man. I think that defense is going to be a problem. And if Miami get up on them and they get to pin their ears back and just rush the passer, they're not making this comeback like how they did against Georgia. So I got Miami.
Okay, on this one, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna start out with a couple narratives before I get into my CEO notes. It's gonna be so funny if Ole Miss win the championship after Lane Kiffin left, and then Lane Kiffin never wins the national championship. That will be remembered for a long time. And the way narratives go, sometime I can see something like that happening. What you got?
Won't he get a ring for it? Because technically, this is his team. If they win it, he gets a ring. So even though he doesn't win it, he still gets a championship ring.
So I'm saying for the football heads and for the people, we know that what he didn't win that ring. So I'm talking about in that aspect. Not him just getting the ring because you're sitting on the sidelines. Oh, because now you're sitting on the sidelines because you're part of the team. So that's one. Also, two, this is not a narrative, but this is something I found out. And I was talking to you before the show. I'm sitting there watching my film, looking for my CEO notes. And I'm like, I'm watching the Oklahoma game. I'm watching the Georgia game. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, how the hell is Lane Kiffin calling plays? He don't got a playbook in his hand. And I'm just thinking like, because everybody, Lane Kiffin, lead play caller. So I look it up, and I found out he hadn't been calling plays all year. That blew my mind. Because I wondered why Ole Miss offense looked so good against an elite Kirby Smart defense. You know what I'm saying? Defensive mind without Lane Kiffin. It's because Weiss was the first person who did it the first game. So that blew my mind. And so that's some stuff that most people don't know. So take that with y'all bets. Just let y'all know Weiss been doing it the whole year. So y'all can still feel confident in their offense. A couple of things off the top. I ain't even write the CEO notes down this time because we only got 4 games. But Miami versus Ohio State, yes, the D-line was elite. But when the D-line wasn't elite, when the D-line got tired, Ohio State moved the ball down the field pretty easy. In that second half, they scored them 2 touchdowns. Dude was 14 for 14 and literally, scored now. They came back, slowed Ohio State down. But what happened was, I don't like what Ohio State did. Ohio State came out the second half with tempo. Touchdown. Then they went back to the no tempo. I'm like, what are you doing? It don't make no sense. So that's why I'm kind of mad at Ryan Day. So Miami defensive backs, like a lot of teams, are the weak link of this team. And if you can avoid the pressure of Miami, you can get down the field. Louisville did it with quick passes, and SMU did it with quick passes. That's how they got on the field on them. Opposite side of the ball, they've been protecting Carson Beck. Carson Beck is due for a bad game. One thing about Miami's offense, what you just said, Carson Beck can't play from behind. This is going to be their biggest test as far as team speed and offense they've seen all year. So just imagine Ole Miss get the ball and score first. Knowing Cristobal, the game plan might change. Another thing about Miami, I noticed their receivers for the last couple of games have making separation. Now, granted, they will score because Ole Miss DBs suck, but I've seen Carson Beck play a defense similar to Ole Miss in Louisville and SMU and still only put up 21 points and 20 points. So that holds a little bit of weight on that side. Flip side, one thing I did learn per PFF, Ole Miss runs the 8th most plays in the country. So Ole Miss, all they do is run up tempo. Another thing I learned watching that Miami game, when those Bain and old boy came off the field, they wasn't the same. So the way you alleviate pressure with tempo is you get them tired. And Miami is not deep. So this is gonna be the first game Miami played all year where they played really an up-tempo team. Miami is one of the slowest teams in the country. So they're used to running the offense, real slow, giving the defense time to rest and come back on the field. Now they're gonna be up-tempo. This also gonna be the fastest receivers Miami's seen all year. And I've seen Louisville and SMU get loose versus Miami. Ole Miss have elite receivers. That's why Georgia couldn't stick with them. Also, the elusiveness of Chambliss, if he can actually alleviate that pressure by doing some quarterback runs, just kind of he already got set up. Some, what do you call it? The pre-call, the setup quarterback runs. I'm drawing a blank right now. The who?
RPOs, or you talking about?
The RPOs and the pre-planned quarterback runs. If you do that, that can kind of get them on their heels. One thing about Ole Miss defense I did learn is they can stop the run. They're not like elite against the run, but they don't give a lot of explosive plays. So Miami, the way they win the game, as you saw both games, they run the ball right up the middle. They do have a good offensive line. One thing that would scare me about Ole Miss is Miami is better on the O-line and better on the D-line by a decent amount. So this game, I like Ole Miss chances. I really like Ole Miss chances. And the biggest thing I'm going to leave y'all with is Miami, when they're expected to win, is when Miami normally falters. If you look in the past couple years, all the games they lost is the ones where you just like, this is a win. This is a win. If it was a close game, it's going to be a close game, Miami might pull a victory out. But when you say, oh, Miami got this, that's when Cristobal, and that's when Miami loses. So on top of all that, I think this can be a shot where Miami takes a L. You got anything else?
So you picking Ole Miss plus the points?
Yeah, so I actually got it as my underdog of the week. I'm going to let y'all know this now. I might as well say it. I got Ole Miss money line plus 138. I think it might be an upset. I'm 4-1 this year so far on the underdog bets. I pick and choose my battles, but I think Ole Miss might be the upset Miami. I think a lot of what I told you, data and analytically works, but on top of all that, Miami's one of those teams. Even when they had Carton with Ward last year, you expect them dudes to win. They either win real close or they take them L's. And I really think and I'm gonna take this from you. This is straight from Jay's mouth in the past. This team is feeling themselves. When they start feeling themselves, you know what I'm saying, and getting up into your own self, and we good. We just beat Ohio State. Honestly, Miami just won their championship last week by beating Ohio State. I wouldn't be surprised if they even come out flat. Not as much as they did versus Ohio State. Because right now, what their mind is, we better than Ole Miss. We're going to beat Ole Miss. Everybody in the world saying, we're going to beat Ole Miss. Yeah, man. Don't be surprised, y'all.
See that?
You want to chat, Shane?
Shit. Well, yeah. You know what? Let's get it. I'm gonna ride with Mike Irvin, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Jonathan Vilma, Andre John. Them losing to Ole Miss, I'm not gonna say it would be disappointing for them, because this has been to you probably in at least a decade, bro. I don't even know if they've been in the playoffs before this, have they? I don't think they've been there, have they?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, bro, if they lose to Ole Miss, this would be disappointing. I just gotta go on legacy. Plus, I want to see Michael Irvin out there acting crazy. I'll do it. I'm gonna do it. Say to you, I got to you.
Okay. All right. And then I normally would take the 3.5 points, man, but I'm gonna be aggressive, man. I'll give you a chance. I'll go money line, man. I'm gonna stick with my upset.
I'm gonna throw it to you for you. That's
all right. All right, let's jump on to the Oregon-Indiana game. Indiana, 3.5 point favorite versus Oregon, over under 46.5. What you got on this one?
Man, I just want to start it off like this, man. I'm gonna lean in. If Indiana had Alabama on the side of their helmet, Ohio State on the side of their helmet, Georgia, Texas, we might be asking where this team ranks all time, bro. Like, they are that good. If you saw what they did to Alabama last week, and plus, man, that was like some National Geographic type shit, bro. Like, and catching a zebra, they punished them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, Kirk Cignetti is the best coach in college football. I stand on that. Now he playing a guy that I figures in the top 3 to 4 with Dan Landy. So I don't think Dan Landy's gonna let him get punked.
Mm-hmm.
Last year with Ohio State when they were supposed to not get punked and they got blasted. I I did a little bit because I was so high on Indiana. I was like, man, I gotta look this up. I just gotta make sure because I think I'm getting too high, bro. They don't turn the ball over. They only have 8 giveaways this whole season. 8. So they don't turn the ball over. But then their takeaway to turnover ratio is plus 18. So they make you turn it over and they don't give the ball back. And that's number 1 in the country. The other team that's close that's tied with them is UConn. And UConn don't play nobody. Indiana's the only team out here to beat 3 teams in the quarterfinals. They beat Ohio State. They've already beat Oregon. And last week they beat Alabama, bro. To be honest with you, they might BTA Oregon. They might literally punish these dudes. Anybody watching college football, I know it's Indiana, and people who don't want to respect them or whatever, they're the best team in college football. And to be honest with you, I think if we're being unbiased, they look like the team that's going to win it all. I don't think Oregon has a chance. I think Indiana covers. I won't be surprised if they cover it pretty easily, meaning by like 14 points. I got Indiana. And then I think my man, because he's going heads up with what's the old boy's name for Oregon, Dante Moore. I think Mendoza solidifies he's going to be the number 1 overall draft pick. When you see that guy give his interviews, he says all the right things. His head's in the right place. Mm-hmm. Football, happiness, like, bro, Indiana, man.
Yeah. In this one, like I said, I got the notes. I didn't say so many notes on all these teams. Y'all probably already remember. If y'all watch the show, y'all definitely remember. Indiana, I'm just gonna actually go matchup on this one. Not even notes on one side, notes on the other. Matchup. Dante Moore struggles to read zone defenses. He struggled versus Indiana the first game. He struggled last week versus Texas Tech. That's why they were struggling to move the ball. He don't know how to read defenses. If his receivers get open like they did in James Madison one-on-one, he can hit them perfectly. But he sits back there and holds the ball because they can't read defenses. On the flip side, Indiana runs zone at 90% of the time. So a dude who can't read zone about to play a team who runs zone 90% of the time. And not only runs zone, Indiana runs zone damn good. Indiana has some of the most, you know how you have the talent, but they actually have fundamentals. Indiana has one of the most fundamentally sound teams I've ever seen on film, man. Indiana right now, and I told people that, same thing you said. If Indiana had Ohio State on their helmet, they'd already had the championship. People would already say, it's going to be easy to win the championship. Bama, if they had Georgia, if Georgia did that Georgia win the championship. It's only because it's Indiana. I'm telling y'all, that's not Indiana, old school Indiana in them uniforms. One thing that Mendoza did last year at California is to make a lot of mistakes. He does not do that this year. The reason they only got 8 turnovers, he sits back there. He reads defenses well. If nobody's open, he throw the ball away or run. And he sits back there like processing. I watched him. I was like, I actually watched games while watching the whole game. He sits back there and processes the whole field. He do not make many mistakes. The only way Oregon going to be able to beat this team is he's going to have to make some mistakes because Oregon going to have trouble moving the ball the same way they did last week. On top of them running 90% zone, they actually blitz 44% of the time, which is like top 10 in the country. So they're going to bring pressure versus Moore and sit back in the zone and force him to make mistakes. Oregon's running game has been good all year versus weak competition. Indiana is good against the run. Indiana's good against the pass. On the flip side, Oregon do have a good defense. Indiana receivers run some of the best routes in the country. They're always open. They run precise routes. They might not be fast, but they run precise routes. Indiana's better on the O-line and the D-line versus Oregon. Anything can happen in college football. I don't like that 3.5. I think I would. So I will play the 3.5 because I think Indiana is 6 or 7 points better than Oregon. But I'm telling y'all, like last week when they bet Texas Tech down in the before the game started, if they bet Oregon down to minus 2.5 Indiana, y'all put everything on that. Y'all put your mama house, y'all put your house on it. If it's a minus 2.5, man, just bet everything. And I really think they're gonna cover the 3.5. But that 2.5, yeah. Indiana's better than Oregon by a bit. I really think he sits back and struggle again versus the zone. And I think they put a stamp and the world finally realized that's not Indiana with them uniforms on. So I'm with you on that one, bro. Do you want to best bet the 3.5 or you want to wait to see if we get a 2.5 or 3?
Man, I will wait. Just to be safe, the better in me will wait till it's minus 2.5.
So what will happen, y'all? Make sure y'all check out our TikTok, check out our Instagram. If it do get to 3 or 2.5, we definitely best bet this one, and y'all gonna see it up. So y'all check it up. We're gonna watch the spreads for y'all because we both love Indiana on this one, and y'all know what happened. We both love a team. Man, we already saw it with 12-5 with the GMB bets already. We bet weird spreads.
To be honest with you, man, I'm almost thinking about raising that thing to -7. I don't think Oregon can. I don't think Oregon can keep like Indiana is Oregon.
Yeah.
At a higher tier. Like, even you see what they're doing in the transfer. How are you this deep in the playoffs and you getting these cats like this? Like, it's done. Like, the top 2 teams in the Big Ten is Ohio State and Indiana is going to be that way as long as Kurt Signetti is there. Oregon is 3rd. Then comes Michigan and these other schools. It's crazy. And Indiana probably is going to win this championship. If we're being honest, if we're being unbiased and honest.
Oh, believe me. I think Ole Miss can beat Miami. I don't think Ole Miss can beat Indiana. So just don't get me wrong. I don't think Ole Miss can beat Indiana. So don't go that far. Now I wouldn't. I don't think it's a 0% chance, but I think it's a closer to. I would pick Indiana in that game. On top of that, I meant to say, remember y'all, that first Oregon game, Oregon had a pick 6. That first game was 30-13 Indiana. True score was 30-13 Indiana. And guess where they was at? They was in Oregon. In one of the hardest places to play. They was in Oregon and beat their ass by 17 points. True score. That showed something. And like I said, watching him versus Texas Tech, he about to struggle versus zone, man. Then they play zone real good. What you got, Jay? We on to your best bet parlay, mainline parlay.
Let's keep it simple, man. I'm just going to keep it simple. I expect Miami to shut down everything Ole Miss got going on. I honestly expect Indiana I think they're going to BTA Oregon because I've seen it already. In Oregon, like you said, you brought up the point. It was 13-30 pretty much. Home field. And I understand you're going to get that. It's hard to beat a team twice, so you're going to get their best shot this time. But if you watched Indiana, that's why they beat Alabama like that. Like, hey, man, we want everybody's best shot because this is our chance to show you that we that much better than everybody. And if you see, we live in the Big Ten, so we seen Kurt Signetti last year. He didn't have this type of team, and he was still putting his foot on people's neck if he could. This right here is to beat Oregon twice in the season, and if you can whoop their ass, beat them by double digits. Bro, anyway, back to what I'm saying. I'm keeping it simple. Indiana's winning. Miami will be in a toss-up game, but I expect them to win. You put them both together. You don't play the points. Plus 147. Let's go get this bread.
And also, too, y'all know I like to use my power ratings. And just to put that in perspective, Oregon and Alabama is pretty close power rating-wise. If Oregon would have played Alabama, it wouldn't have been a blowout like that. It would have been a way closer game. So just put that into perspective, y'all. So we're going to jump on to the blueprint parlay. Didn't hit it last week. I forgot who killed the blueprint parlay, man. There was a couple things that killed it. I missed the money line by 1 Ohio State. But we're going to come back with one I really like. We both love Indiana. So if we love them 3.5, we think they're 7 points better. I really love them to win this game. And I think Ole Miss stay within 10. I just think Ole Miss speed and offense of with the quarterback Chambliss and able to avoid pressure, I just don't think they get beat by double digits. Even taking Georgia's best shot early in the season. I think they lost by 8. So I really think they stay within 10. This is plus 102, y'all. I really love this parlay. I even love it more than I love my best bet. I love this parlay. So hopefully this one we get another win. And we're just gonna go to the underdog of the week. I like the 3.5. I was gonna take the 3.5, but I don't know. Some was in me. This stuff just kind of added up. I said, you know what? I'm not just bet the money line and ride with it. So we're gonna roll with that money line. We talked about it already. No need to talk about it anymore. We got Jay. What we got, man? I know you locked in that UFC coming up, man.
Oh, it comes back January 24th. I'm already in the kitchen cooking up for y'all, man. I can't wait. It's gonna be on Paramount Plus. It's gonna bring a lot more fans to the sport. That's what I'm really about. I'm also about to tackle the boxing heavy as well. Because if you know me, I love combat sports. Basketball, I'm here for it. You know what I mean? And you'll see some bets from us here and there on college basketball and pro basketball when it gets heavy, especially with the Pistons doing what they're doing. But in 2026, man, look out for me, man. I'm gonna keep it consistent like I was doing at the end of last year. UFCJ, bro, and I'm gonna bring boxing because we got some heavy fights coming up. Like you got that Shakur versus T.O. That's coming January 31st. So look out for me and CEO. You can catch us on TikTok, YouTube, wherever, man. Just subscribe and support the movement, man. Because we putting money in your pockets for free. And we do this because we love it, bro. This is our passion. So we're gonna keep doing it. But one day you might come here and it might say, hey, $2.99 for these picks. So enjoy it. Give us a like and a follow. Every now and then just shout us out, or even, DM us like thanks for the picks or whatever, man. That's all we ask. And I hope everybody had a happy new year and a Merry Christmas.
All right, man. And y'all just remember, man, go look under the table, over the table, go to YouTube, go to TikTok, go to Instagram, go to Facebook. Y'all not gonna find it, man. I think we are the only ones that had an undefeated show, and we had parlays, we had best bets, we had everything on the show. 3 parlays, we were undefeated. That just don't happen, and we're gonna do it again. And also too, we're gonna have some slip ups. You know that's just sports betting, but y'all not gonna find undefeated shows. So just make sure y'all follow us, like he said, the GMB boys. You know what? We always want the smoke.
We're gonna do a fantasy show too.
Peace.
Fantasy too, nigga.
Okay. Got that champ.